Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So this is a follow-up video to the BARD token that I covered yesterday. Now at the time the token was not launched, and so I did predict that there was a possibility that it would be like this. So these are my prediction. So I thought that it would basically start somewhere around 200 million, but to be honest, it actually surprised me. It actually ended up hitting like 300 at launch, and now it's at nearly 200 as you can see, and it's going down and it's not looking that good. As you can see here, we do have a lot of sellers that are basically taking the profit. These are most likely airdrop farmers. Now the token has been struggling as of now. So in this video we'll look at its price and where it may basically find its support and where it may basically go from. Now in terms of the listings, it actually got listed on pretty much every exchange out there. So that does include like a Bitcoria. We have like, I think there was a Coinbase that announced a listing as well. There's a Bithumb, there is there was even OKX, and pretty much all of the exchanges did list the token, which was really big one. And as of now, I think the token basically may go up if they announce something new, but if not, I think this may actually go down. Now as of now, I think these predictions still hold. I'm looking at let's say I think it may basically go from like 150 million market cap or even like somewhere around 120 million market cap, because that has been like, I would say those have been a pretty good support for the Sol protocol. And we also have Babylon. The reason I'm looking at these tokens is because they are pretty much the biggest one, and in the Bitcoin's ecosystem, as you can see here, we have Babylon in the first, followed by Lombard. After that we have Threshold, Lightning Network, and we have Sol protocol. Now this one and this one, both of these are re-staked BTC, and this one is also a re-staking, and Lombard is using, I think, the Babylon protocol for the re-staking as well. So in terms of like, if you look at the Babylon or the BABY token, that has a market cap of like 151, and this is how its launch looked like. So at launch it did went as high as like 320 million. After that it actually went as low as 92 million, and as of now it's at 170 or 150. So what this means is that the possibility of like BARD hitting 100 million or even slightly lower than that is still there. And if that does happen, I think we could be looking at like a price of, I would say, 50 cent or even like 45 cent is a possibility. But before that, there was some movement. When if you look at the Babylon, the token did after hitting like 162, it did actually go as high as 244 or even like 257. That was a pretty good move, I would say. So as of now, I think the token could actually go up, but I think it does need to make still a small correction before that. So basically I think if like, let's say that these airdrop farmers start selling, I think it may eventually find its support somewhere around, I would say, let's see, where will it find support. So if we just try to calculate the market cap, let's say at one, so let's say that it goes as low as 160, and if we just try to use this, so the price is like 71 cent. So if it finds its support somewhere around, let's say 160 million, its price will be somewhere around 70 cent or like in between 75 to 70. That is a support that I would be looking at as of now. That is if like they announce something like some kind of news, and that can, I think, push the token higher. But again, that is a support that I'm looking at, and that is because of like how the Babylon performed, because both of these are pretty much similar in terms of like what they're doing, because and they are also the biggest one on like the Bitcoin DeFi. So that is what I'm looking at. So as of now, I'm expecting a pretty good rebound from this exact level. Again, I know I can be wrong, but that is what I'm looking at as of now, at least what I have looked at, what I have seen in the Babylon. But again, eventually I think the token will most likely find its eventual support somewhere around like 100 million, or even I would say somewhere around let's see which one would it be. So if we just try to put like, let's say 90 million here, I think we'll get a pretty good price, because if we look at the Solve and the Babylon, that is how it would be. So again, we get 40 cents, so I would be looking at somewhere around 45 to 40 cent. I think that could be a pretty good support as well, so somewhere around here. Let's see what happens, but I am looking at both of these points. Again, all of this depends on how well the team handles the post like news. So if they make some kind of news, it could be big one, it could basically push the token higher, let's say from 80 cent or even like from 85 cent. There's a possibility. But again, if they don't announce anything, these are the supports that I'm looking at. Now in terms of its tokenomics, this is how it looks like. They have a fairly, I would say, they have the tokenomics of like every other new token, and as of now there will be a pretty much big unlocks after 1 year. So I don't think that there is anything to worry. They do have Liquid Bitcoin Foundation, but I don't think that the foundation would be selling the token. Of course they may need some tokens for the operation cost, but I don't think that they may be selling a lot of them. Overall, I think in terms of like Bitcoin ecosystem or the Bitcoin DeFi, these protocols do tend to struggle a lot. So even if we look at the Threshold, even if we look at the Babylon, even if we look at the Solve, all of them do tend to struggle. So again, I am looking at these supports, and these could be a pretty good rebound points as well. So let's see what happens overall. Now I think if I think there is no way that this token is worth like 300 million as of now, because even if we look at like Babylon, that was only worth 320 at launch, because it is the biggest DeFi on the Babylon or on the Bitcoin like DeFi. So I think if like Bitcoin DeFi's protocol tokens do go up, I think the BARD could be one of those. But again, I don't think that this could be like 10x or even 50x in this cycle. Again, it could perform in the next cycle, but as of now, this is what I'm looking at, and I'm looking at these supports by comparing it with, of course, Babylon and the Sol protocol. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back with more. Thank you.